Hello everybody, welcome back to the range. Today we're doing a junkyard diorama, only part 1. So, I'm not for sure how many parts are going to be of this thing. So, hopefully everything turns out and there'll end up being more parts. I know it's been a while since I've been back and I'm glad you guys are watching my videos again. And I'm sorry, a lot of personal stuff came up and it's kind of hard to explain. But what I'm doing first is I took an old TV tray and I kind of just used it for the base and already put down the grass stuff and put a little road on it. I'm using these pieces of styrene because I got an idea of how big I'm going to be making a shop with a little awning piece and stuff like that. So I'm kind of laying stuff out, going from there, getting some gravel set up of where I'm going to have it, and just starting off slow. I got a lot of ideas and a lot of plans. I'm making a little area. I got the post here that I'm going to be putting a little gate on. Not for sure when I'm going to start on the next part, but I'm kind of taking it slow at first. Thought I'd get a little diorama going. And just something to kind of pique your guys' interest on what video I'm going to be making next. And I'm trying something new. It's been a while since I made a diorama, so I thought my first video back would be one. I got a lot of designs that you'll see here and further on in the video. Right now I'm just worrying about laying the basic outline, like where the road's going to go into, how the garage is going to be set up. Haven't quite figured out where the cars are going to be placed at, or where certain things are going to be at, except for the main driveway portion of it and where the actual shop setup's going to be. I had a lot of this stuff just laying around. I ordered a few things, like some of this gravel. I ordered some foliage and some other stuff, that I'm going to be using later on, probably in the next part. I'm really not for sure, like I said earlier, if there's how many parts they're going to be or how close together I'm going to be making the videos. But I wanted to get this one video out and about first before I decided what I was going to do in between videos. So right now I'm just using a mixture of the glue that you see me using for the gravel and water to spray on top of the gravel to get everything to set, so it's not all loose and it's not kind of all over the place. And I'm putting a little bit of a dirt kind of mixture. It was kind of some stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby a while back, so I wanted to use it up. So I'm putting a little dirt spot because there's going to be a car sitting underneath like a shed style awning that I'm not for sure what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to have it on bricks, if I'm going to have it on jack stands, if it's going to be a fully fixed up car, if it's going to be a junker, what it's going to be yet. I haven't quite figured all that out yet. There is going to be fencing around it. There's going to be lighting. There's going to be a lot of different things that I'm going to be doing. I ended up putting a little piece of a little bush just to kind of get an idea of something I want to put. And I'm going to put it there just to give it that little flair. The next step I'm doing is actually building the garage, and this is what takes most of the part of the video. The basic outline, I wanted to get the garage built up because it was going to be the longest portion of it, other than the painting and the kind of detail work. But I'm taking these little square style toothpicks. Can't remember where I got them, and I got this little L-shaped ruler that I'm using to kind of keep them, I guess, boxed together, kind of get the idea. I had to cut up a few things. I'm kind of framing the building right now, so I'm working on that to get it to exactly where I want it, the size that I want it. And that's what the styrene was for, is because I was kind of getting an idea how big I was going to make the building. I'm not for sure exactly how it's going to look at this time, but having it a little further on in the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering what's been going on with me, where I've been, what's been going on, but it's just stuff I don't want to talk about right now. I've had some personal matters going on, and then I've had some family matters going on, and then some other stuff. But I want to get back into the videos. I know a lot of you guys can't wait for my videos to get back into the swing of things. So, I've been ordering a lot of wheels. I've been ordering a lot of tools. Like, I got a new spray booth. I got some new drill bits. I got to get some more paints. I got more helpful tools, I should say, coming my way. This building, it was hard trying to figure out how I was going to do a building. I didn't have enough styrene to actually do like a metal style building, so I decided to do the wood style framing and go from there. All in all, I wanted to basically make it look like just some kind of quick shop that was put up in the junkyard. It's going to be weathered. It's going to have like an aluminum looking roof that's going to be weathered. It's going to have lights on in the shop. I'm going to have details in there. I'm going to have like, workbenches. I'm going to have, little tools like a lift, probably a homemade lift. I haven't quite figured out exactly what all I'm going to do to it yet. And that's why I'm not really putting any heavy detail into everything all at once, because I want to make sure the building is done before I guess before I put everything in the shop and get the lights going on it. I've already tested out lights. I've already done what I needed to do to get it to where it looked like it was functional. And honestly, I think it looks pretty good. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm doing the front, the garage door portion of the actual shop, because I've already done the sides, I've already done the backs. And I'm just trying to line it up, make it look decent. Like I said, it's going to be looking like it was kind of thrown together at the last minute in the middle of a junkyard. And right now, it kind of actually looks exactly what I'm going for. You'll see further on in the video of it coming together. But I did a few things off camera that you won't see, because some dioramas are just boring videos to watch, and I get that. Trust me, I get it. So, I'm working the best I can. I'm trying to have this to where I can just set it up somewhere, plug it in, turn the lights on, make it look neat, like something, as a showpiece for when, if ever I have a company coming over, they got something, they can see what I can do. But, a lot of stuff was lost in my absence. A lot of stuff was either thrown away by individuals, or I don't know exactly why, because I had a lot of decals missing. I had a lot of tools missing, a lot of 3D parts come up missing. A lot of stuff that for my hobby just vanished. So that's kind of why I'm doing the diorama, because I got all kinds of stuff to do dioramas. I just don't have what I need to make customs yet, and I'm working on that. As you see here, I already got the frame built up. I'm working on just trying to give it a little extra support. I'm going to be putting a tilted leaning top on it, so I'm kind of building up the front end a little bit to try to get that portion of it to where it looks pretty decent. But like I said, I'm going to be doing some weathering on probably part 2. I wanted to get the main functions of the building done. The biggest thing's going to be is I got the stuff to do it. It's just I got to do a lot of drilling, because I'm going to be putting posts in the ground all the way around this garage, or this junkyard diorama, sorry. And I'm going to be putting a fence, a working gate, and, just the thing is making sure randomly just putting stuff in it, just trying to get it to where it looks halfway decent. Yeah, there will be some fixed vehicles just where they're not going to move, and then there's going to be ones that can be moved to like change up the scenery in the diorama. This was the hardest part to do, was the shop portion of it, because I didn't have long enough wood pieces to actually do full length, so I kind of had to slowly piece them together. Um, and it actually worked out to my advantage, so I'm kind of really happy with the way everything was looking so far. Um, you won't see in the video, but I ended up putting a window in it, so you'll be able to see in from the side view, the front view of the door, but it's only one window. And I had to use the vehicles. I know at the beginning of the videos, you guys seen those two trucks that was sitting there. I used those for like size comparisons of how big to make the doors. Later on, you'll see me using a little figurine. I was using it to kind of size up where I wanted the window, where it looked like somebody could look outside the window, or whatever the case may be. But all in all, I'm really happy with how the framing turned out. Yeah, I kind of had a couple pieces kind of messed up and break off, but I'm using these really thick, I guess, tongue depressors, but they're like popsicle sticks, so they're just really wide ones, and putting them straight up and down, they kind of looked like a piece of paneling or a piece of plywood or whatever, and honestly, I liked how that did, so I went, instead of doing it horizontal, I went ahead and just went with a vertical look, and it honestly matched up. It kind of had a couple pieces that were warped, but it actually gave it that more weathered look. It gave it that more kind of just thrown together shop, and I really like how it looks. And like I said, probably in part two, not probably, but in part two, I'm going to be doing a lot of weathering, because I want to get the building done before I completely secure it to the base that I'm going to be putting it on. I've already weathered up the base, painted the base, so it's got that concrete look, it's got oil stain look, it's got like it's been worked in. You see the little figurine down there at the bottom, kind of the little thing I'm working on, and this piece came from my desk that I just bought not too long ago, so I'm using it because it's a harder surface, and I really don't want to kind of do any cutting marks on my actual table. So I'm using a stick because for some reason my glue wasn't coming out like it should, so I was just putting a stick in there and kind of using it to kind of lay over the glue. And yeah, I'm using Instaset to kind of get the glue to set quicker, because it would have took longer if I didn't. I would have had to put one piece on there, wait so long to let it dry, put another piece on there, let it dry. So I just went ahead and was using Instaset, and it worked. And you see the little window that I already got, and that's the portion that took the longest, was trying to cut around the window, making sure I got the right sizes and everything. And luckily, when I put the window in there, it made it a little easier to actually build the wall going around the window. You see me just kind of, cutting and stuff like that. Jeweler saw is perfect for this kind of thing. It didn't really cause any splintering. It didn't cause any breakage, very often. I kind of had a few that broke, and I actually had one blade break the entire time of me cutting all these sticks for the sides. I'm using the sides, measuring the tops, and luckily enough that both sides came out the same size, so when I got done cutting, it made it a little bit easier. The hardest part was actually doing the front portion of it, because I had to do a lot of cutting, I had to do a lot of remeasuring, just to get it to where I wanted it to be. And, at the end of the video, you'll kind of get like a rough draft, but it's just the walls and the front already done. But like I said, in part two, I'll be doing the weathering. I'll be doing for the roof and the actual building, I'll be doing weathering. And then once the weathering is done and dried and stuff, that's probably when I'll glue it to the base, and I'll start gluing like little bits and pieces of like work tools, like a bench and some tool carts, stuff like that is what I'll start doing. Not for sure exactly what all I'm going to be putting into the actual building, Not just yet. I'm not for sure if I'm going to glue them down or have them loose so I can reposition them. The roof is going to be removable, so I can actually take it on and off when I need it to go on and off. So I can actually reposition pieces and stuff if I need to. But that's a just in case situation. Other than that, things went really smooth. With this build, I was kind of took a little longer than I was expecting because I kind of was, I guess, procrastinating a lot when I was building this because I didn't know what I was going to do with it yet. I had everything I needed to build it. It's just I didn't know how I was going to build it, like what it was going to look like, what kind of materials I was going to use. The roof I had a little difficulty with because, as you see the pieces of the top in the top right hand corner, I had those, but the thing is I couldn't figure out how I was going to make it to where they were removable, where I didn't have to take piece by piece off. So what I ended up doing, I ended up framing a piece of styrene by using the top of the shop and lined it out, got it sectioned off, put it on there, and then I ended up putting the little tile setup for the roof and just glued it on the top piece of the styrene. And I'll show you more of that in the next part. It actually came out really good. I was really happy with the way it turns out. It looks really good. It looks like something you see in a junkyard. But it's going to look much better, hopefully, once I get everything weathered in and go from there. We're getting pretty close to the end of the video. So, you'll get to see what I'm talking about when it comes to the actual building. I know this ain't something you guys normally see me on. You usually see me on a workbench or something, but with this big of a scale of a diorama, I needed something bigger to work with, and that's why I kind of went away from the desk, set up a little area, worked on it from there. Excuse me. And you see here, I'm already starting to get the framing done. I got the framing done. I'm working on the side pieces, and right now I'm getting ready to work on covering up the front portion of it. It was a little more difficult. I still got to do a lot of filing, a lot of sanding to kind of smooth stuff out, but I wanted to give it a little bit of time and actually work on that later. But everything it actually went off pretty decent. So, marking off the pieces, cutting the pieces, using a jeweler saw was a lot easier than trying a different way. And it's pretty solid, but I wouldn't want to put a lot of weight on it because I'm afraid it would break, because it's not it was just a quick little put together. And I tried to do everything in my power to make sure it stayed pretty decent. You see here kind of a quick change in the video view. I kind of had to do some adjustments, but honestly, I really like how this turned out. I can't wait till it's done. And, hopefully, if everything goes well, part 2 will be coming out probably, I don't know yet. But I'm just wanting to do this to kind of give me something to do, so I'm not just sitting here all the time. So I wanted to get back into the videos, and what better way than to do a junkyard diorama build, and just to kind of get my videos back out there. I know a lot of you guys missed me. I missed y'all. I missed everything. I missed seeing the builds. I missed seeing videos. I missed talking to my friends on Instagram. A lot of people are glad to hear me back. As you see here, I got a brand new intro video that I just created by myself. I hope you guys enjoyed the intro video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know. Put it in the comments. Let me know if you want to see part 2 of the Junkyard diorama build by me, Caliber 50 Customs, because I will be more than happy to do another video. But before I do a part 2, there's probably going to be a vehicle build somewhere before part 2. If there's not going to be a vehicle build, you'll just see a part 2. But all in all, I'm glad to see that you guys are back, watching my videos, back integrating yourselves with me again, communicating with me, letting me know that you guys missed me, you guys missed my videos. Hopefully everything personally gets better for me. As you see here, here's the final portion of it. And glad to see I'm back, and I'll see you guys later.